I'm just gonna start recording, and then we'll eventually come across something that's fine. You know, that's normally how it works. It seems like. I wish I had my list. I had things like written down that I was like ready to discuss and all that.
Well, I am curious about your fascination with, Charlie Brown and Schultz's Peanuts culture.
He's just nice. He's just good.
No, not just any blockhead.
Charlie Brown's just good, man. That's all there is to it.
I think I got that. I mean, he is a good man after all, yes.
Yeah, good man, Charlie Brown. No, I don't know. I just like Charlie Brown. Who doesn't like Charlie Brown? He's adorable. He's like the symbol of like
peace.
A symbol of peace. Yeah. He's a symbol of I don't know, having a good attitude. Not even having a good attitude, but like trying again, even though like you get the shit kicked out of you all the time. He's the perfect protagonist, really.
He really is. He's very human.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. No, Charlie Brown just gets beaten up all the time, and like he just gets abused verbally by everyone. But he's a good sport about it. So
exactly.
Yeah, that's why I have Charlie Brown on my wall, because he's a good man. A good man, Charlie Brown. Have you ever seen the movie A Boy Named Charlie Brown?
Not yet.
We should watch that. That's a good movie that I think you would like. It's kind of slower paced. It's got a good, not like in a way where it's like too slow, but it's just got a nice like relaxing pace to it and everything. And it's toned back for like a theatrical movie. It's like it's just Charlie Brown gets to go to like the state spelling bee pretty much. It's good. It's a good movie. It's very relaxing. It's got a good soundtrack. And you can just put it on in the background during the autumn and enjoy it.
Well, he's spelling away.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy. Well, spelling bees seem very stressful for children.
Were you ever in any of them, Joe? Did you ever do like a spelling bee or no?
No, I never took in any, but I watch the national spelling bees, and oh my gosh, I mean, those kids face so much pressure, I bet.
Yeah. I like won one at my school one time, and then went to another school for like a second round, and then I lost. And it was over a word like, I think the word was like sinus or something. I couldn't figure out the word sinus.
Did you spell like SINIS or something?
Yeah, no, I think it's exactly how I spelled it. Kelson, you went to spelling bees before, right?
No.
You never went to spelling bee?
Never.
Huh.
I had the opportunity to participate, I just never did.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like one of those things where sometimes you're like, I just want to throw this out. Like I just want to go home, kind of a thing.
Right.
You're like, if I win, then I have to go to another school.
Right.
So
No thanks.
yeah, do I have to be here any longer? Yes. It's like cat, CAD.
D?
Yeah, exactly. Just get out of there, kind of a thing. But no. Yeah, spelling bees were okay. School in general was okay.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really get bullied much or anything, but it was very stagnant.
Yeah, neither did we, I don't think. I don't know, there's little kids that are like jerks, but I don't think
it was
any
that
of us
bad.
ever got like bullied.
Yeah.
Did you, Kels? Like,
No.
I don't think I did.
Never.
I don't know. I don't think the problem was as big at our schools or whatever. I'm sure it existed, but I don't think it was like as big
That big of a thing, yeah.
here as like it is compared to other places, you know?
Right.
I don't know. Yeah. Now I gotta think about something else, huh?
Well, wasn't sushi pretty good last night?
Sushi was pretty good last night. But I don't want to talk about sushi, Joe. I want to talk about goblins.
Goblins? What about these goblins?
Actually, I don't know where I was going with that.
Well, like AI Dungeon or something? That's all I think about when you say goblins.
No, there was a show I watched not too long ago called Hellier. I think I was telling Kelson about it. It's essentially like a Finding Bigfoot type show, but it has a really nice editing style and like visual look to it. It's on YouTube for free. They've got like 3 seasons of it, and it's essentially just these people going and looking for like a secret society of like goblins and monsters that live. That like live below the United States or maybe across the world or whatever. Because it all starts out with they get this guy, I don't remember his name. Him and his wife own like a paranormal museum, and they got an email from a guy saying that like these aliens, these little goblin creatures had come into his yard, which were similar to the there's like the Hopkinsville goblins. Have you ever heard of that?
Hopkinsville goblins? No, not really.
It's kind of like a bit of a side tangent, but like back in, I think it was like 1970s, I could be wrong about that. This little town, or not this little town, but this house with like a family staying there was terrorized like all night by these little goblin creatures that they said would like try to take the kids and like would make like cackling noises and stuff. Really weird. It's like one of those like infamous UFO cases at this point. But anyways, this guy emailed them. He showed them some pictures of like tracks that he had taken and stuff, and it's really crazy, like the evidence that he puts forward. He even provides a few pictures of like them. Of course, it's like blurry or whatever because they always are. We can't seem to get a clear photograph of anything paranormal. But it's this weird rabbit hole they go down where like after trying to follow up with it, he just vanishes. And then all these weird coincidences start to happen. Like, a person will see a balloon, like, at the same place, or, like, in a different place, but at, like, the same time that someone else is seeing it, and they're like, oh, it's a sign. And it's an interesting show, because it's really good at convincing you of all this stuff. But when you take a step back, it's very easy to see, like, how much of it is just, like, weird patterns, I guess. We need to watch it together so we can discuss this a little bit because it's a really good show. Yeah. But it's just super weird because you start to believe it after a while. You start to be like, wow, like this guy's name is also David or whatever. Like that's insane. Like that's got to be some cosmic alliance. And then they get into like paganism and they start talking about like the Green Man and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it gets super interesting. But it's a thing. Like most of these programs, it teeters on either being absolutely bullshit or like really compelling, and like it just depends on which side you prefer to fall on, I guess. But it's an interesting show with a lot of weird coincidences that keep happening that nearly convince you all the time that something is going on. And maybe it is, you know. I don't know, it's a weird show, but essentially it's about goblins. It's a goblin show.
Dang. All that for goblins.
I'd say, yeah, it's a goblin
show. That's insane,
though.
though.
But they talk about other things like the Mothman and things like that. I'm very interested in like the cryptozoology stuff, even though I don't know what I believe with a lot of it. Honestly, I haven't seen anything for myself.
Well, the Jersey Devil scared the crap out of me as a kid. That's all I remember.
Yeah, that freaked me out. Kels, do you know what freaked me out as a kid, Kels? You remember Pop Tropica?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Cryptid Island?
Kind of.
There was like a Jersey Devil in the Cryptid Island, and it freaked me out as a kid.
That thing was weird.
I wasn't expecting to be scared by Pop Tropica at the age of like 12 or whatever, but it just worked out that way. I don't know, that stuff is just kind of inherently creepy. It's like a phobia. I wonder if there's a name for it. It's probably like cryptophobia or something, like the fear of
Bitcoin?
Of Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Fear of Bigfoot or like unidentified creatures or something. Maybe it's just called superstition. I don't know. It's interesting though. I was thinking of I was looking at this one thing on Reddit the other day. I don't remember how I came across it, but I was recommended like this page about like phobias that like people have that are kind of unique, right? You get all the normal ones. You get like thalassophobia, which is like the fear of the ocean, and like that one fear of like holes. What is that called, Kels? The one where it's like a fear of like pores?
I know what you're talking about.
Is it like trypophobia or something like that? Or?
It's trypophobia, maybe? I know, yeah, well, you know what I mean though, where it's like the open pores and like, I get that.
Yeah.
But there's a really interesting one that I found the other day that people were talking about called SubMechanophobia, right? And like, it doesn't sound creepy when you're just talking about it, but submechanophobia is essentially the fear of submerged man-made objects, right? And like, so like sunken boats and stuff, and like that's creepy enough. But like, I think the things that get me are the ones with like animatronics from Disney, right? Here, look, let me show you a picture. So like, this is like the idea of like being afraid of like something like a boat there that's underwater,
I mean,
right?
it's just a boat that's underwater.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
There's like something about that. But this specific one talks about like Disney animatronics and stuff that have been abandoned that like sit underwater. Look at, okay, look at, like this is gonna sound weird, but like look at these.
You know, that's.
Isn't that creepy?
He got liquefied, dude.
It's like the fear of being in the water with these things. Like on their own, it's like it's whatever. Like it's just a
animatronic.
It's an animatronic or whatever. But like when something about it being combined with underwater makes it like instantly scarier. I don't know. SubMechanophobia, Disney. Here, let me find you a picture real quick. This is the one that everybody always talks about. There's something creepy about that. I don't know why. There's something inherently creepy about that.
Yeah.
Let me take a.
So like you could look through them if you want, but it was just an interesting phobia that like I don't think I have it, but it definitely spooked me for a couple of days because it's something weird and uncanny about it. Like I already am not a big fan of water. Like I don't enjoy the idea of being
Submerged.
No, I really don't enjoy the idea of being like submerged in water too much at all. I like going to like the lake and whatnot, but the open ocean is something that definitely gets to me. And something about this with like the mechanics of it, like being underwater, I just don't like it for whatever reason. I don't know, just a weird phobia, I guess.
I think what makes it uncanny is because how things look in land. There's got to be a major difference between what you see on dry land and what you see underwater anyway. So there's different shades and all that, and lighting hits just way differently. Maybe they look a little too soft, and you're wondering why do they look like this? Why do they have this gleam for some reason? It's just not normal.
Yeah, there's definitely something about water. I think that the base of it is just that we're out of our element as people. Like humans aren't really meant to swim is the thing. Like humans are land animals, and something about water. I think there's something instinctually in our brain that tells us like this isn't okay. Like get out of here, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. I think that's why you take that fear of like the uncanny valley with like animatronics and things like that, and you mash it up in that environment, and it's this weird. It's almost like the fact that it shouldn't be scary is what makes it more scary, because you think about it logically and you're like, okay, it's just a mechanism. This water isn't even that deep. Like it's just fine. But the fact that it still scares your brain anyways, and the fact that you can't quite figure out why it scares you, makes it more unsettling than it already is. I think it amplifies that kind of a thing.
What I think is, as humans, there is a very, it's a very strong draw to just be in the water and stuff. And the fact that, we weren't built to swim and do all that, makes it so easy for, a stubborn person to just swim as far as they possibly can and realize, I wasn't meant for this, and they just fatigue and perish.
Oh, that's a creepy thought. I don't like that.
But
I don't know.
Realistic, yeah.
I guess that's kind of like a fear of mine, is like being in like an amusement park alone. I don't know. I kind of go back and forth on that one, because I feel like being in like Disneyland like alone would be like the coolest feeling ever. But at the same time,
paradox.
Like it's like scary in a way. It's uncanny because it's such a big open space and it's like completely abandoned kind of a thing. I kind of find comfort in that. I don't know. I like empty places a lot, but something about the idea of it with like animatronics and things like that kind of makes it would make it weird, I guess. It'd be all right if there were like cast members there, I guess, but I don't know.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride all alone.
Yeah.
Driving into the depths of hell.
That's the one ride I don't think I've ever gone on at Disney. And you were telling me about it. Don't you go to hell in that ride?
You literally go to hell in that ride, and it's in Disneyland.
It's something else.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
See, I've never gone on this. It's in what is it? Fantasyland? Is that what it's called? It's Fantasyland, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was I gotta find this now.
I didn't think of it much as a kid, but I think now, with a better perspective, yeah, honestly, I'd look forward to going there at Disneyland.
So, what are you guys afraid of then? Because I confessed my fear of the ocean. It doesn't have to be like your greatest fear, but like, is there anything weird like that that like weirds you out or anything? No, not really. You don't have any like illogical fears like that. That's good.
I'm pondering right now.
I understand the one that's like the fear of holes or whatever, but like.
But that could also be well, I think I did
trypophobia or something,
possibly,
whatever you called it. Yeah, I understand that one, but I've never been afraid of that myself. It seems like it's a more common one than you'd think.
The fear of Lego minifigures.
Is that a fear?
No, I just made that up. I don't.
Who can blame you?
Right.
No, I don't know. Speaking, I had a really good hypothetical, right? And I was kind of hoping that Trey would be here when we do it, but I guess I'd like your guys' 2 cents on it too, and we'll just ask him another time.
Yo, he left us for a pack of cigarettes, man.
He left it, yeah, like 3 years ago. So Disney movies, right? I love them. I hate them. Whatever. Okay.
Okay.
We've all been there. Disney has made they made like the Goofy movie, right? Disney's made movies about like all their characters, but they have never had a Mickey Mouse movie. Like they've had like Mickey Mouse, like a Three Musketeers or whatever and stuff like that, but they've never had a movie that's just about Mickey Mouse.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's odd.
And I feel like I understand why to an extent, but like I'm kind of curious why they've never tried it, you know? I feel like that's the only movie they can make that would be original at this point. I don't know.
Right. I guess he's a hard character to write about. He's like they designed him as the most generic cartoon character. He has no flaws. He's just a normal guy.
Yeah.
It's a writer's block, I guess.
He's kind of in a spot. He's like the mascot of mascots, kind of a thing. I think he's in a weird spot where his personality is kind of whatever they want it to be. Because you think about like you've got Mickey Mouse from like Kingdom Hearts, and he's like a Yoda type kind
pretty
of a
much,
thing.
Yeah.
You've got like Mickey Mouse from like the Disney commercials, and he's just very like he's like Mario. He's just like happy all the time. That's his thing, is he's happy. But then you've got him from like the older cartoons where he's like
Popeye almost sometimes.
Yeah, he's like a brat pretty much. He just like causes mischief. He's like similar to Bugs Bunny, but not funny kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Or not as funny, I mean.
He's pretty unfunny. I'm just kidding.
He's like, if you look at, what the best thing about Mickey Mouse has been recently is the shorts that they do on Disney Channel. Have you seen those? They're very well done.
Yeah, they're good.
I think the art director on that is the guy who's directing the Cuphead show on Netflix. He's got a good style to it, but it makes Mickey Mouse actually funny, which is cool, and he's kind of got like a personality. I don't know. It was kind of nice, but I'd more just wonder if they did do a Mickey Mouse movie, what would they do with it? Where could you go with Mickey Mouse?
I have zero clue.
And I feel like this is why they haven't. Yeah, see, and I feel like this is why they haven't done it.
I don't know. He competes with Elon Musk in the current space race.
It's like how do you take a character like Mickey Mouse and break him down and give him like a character arc or whatever? How do you introduce him to the silver screen? I had one idea, but it's something that Disney would never in a million years do.
And that is?
You get Mickey Mouse. He's head of the Disney enterprise, right? He's the richest mouse in the world. He has everything he wants, but he's unhappy. And it's about him struggling with alcoholism and being filing for divorce with Minnie. And it ends like Fight Club style, where he burns down his empire.
Wait, okay. I was thinking Wreck-It Ralph for a minute, but wow, Fight Club. What, does he have a Tyler Durden of some kind?
No, it's just him. Just at the end, he realizes that his empire is doing more harm than good, and it's not what he wanted, and he destroys it all.
Then the Pixies plays at the end too.
Yeah, the Pixies plays. It starts with the
Wow.
Who's not Teenage Wasteland. It starts with the Who's Bobo O'Reilly, and then yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. It's like one of those things. It's like, what can you do with that guy? Because trying to break down his personality is hard. He's not like the Looney Tunes characters. You get like Bugs Bunny. Like, he has a clear personality. Making a plot with him is like easy because you just throw him in, and like regardless of what you kind of story you put him in, he just shines because he's got like such a well-defined character.
He was designed as kind of a scheming guy for the greater good, though, like a chaotic good.
Yeah, he's like the ultimate cool guy. It's like everybody wants to be Bugs. He's like always got a good comeback. He's always on top of things. But Mickey Mouse is just kind of like
he's in the middle of things.
he's kind of like I don't know.
He's barely swimming. He's barely floating.
He's the richest, but he's the best. He's the top of the food chain, but not because like he's like memorable as a person. I don't know. I get that might not be true. There are people that like Mickey Mouse out there, you know. Teach their own. I'm sure that maybe I don't have any idea what I'm talking about.
Me neither, because what if this is like a Mark Zuckerberg compared to a Jeff Bezos? You know, Mark Zuckerberg is Mickey Mouse and Jeff Bezos is Bugs Bunny.
All I'm saying is, if I'm the first one to come up with this question, if Disney decides in the next couple of months or whatever to make a Mickey Mouse movie, they better come to me, because I got some ideas
for
what you could do with Mickey Mouse.
Got some in the pocket right now, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got the Mickey Mouse divorce story. We got the Mickey Mouse alcoholism story. We've got the... I don't know. He's gotta find the Clockman Diamond or something. I don't know.
A clockwork mouse.
A clockwork mouse. Where he goes insane.
And they reform him, and then he gets the shit kicked out of him anyway.
No, realistically though, it's like, what can you do with Mickey? It worked like the Goofy movie worked because Goofy had a son, and it was like that gave him something to do.
I know, it was
Dad.
heartwarming. It was a heartwarming movie.
But like Mickey doesn't have anything like that. He's got Minnie. I figure if anything,
she's no different from him.
Just be something to do with those two.
I guess.
Maybe they're about to get. Maybe that's Mickey's arc. Maybe they're gonna get married.
Finally,
they're finally gonna get married.
But there's a lot of tribulation on the way. He has to fight through her 7 evil exes.
Yeah, exactly. No one's done that before. We could do that. It's I don't know, it's just hard to think of anything for him, I guess. But they thought of something for Goofy that was, like, really good. I guess they had to create a new character for him, though, so, like, it kind of worked, I guess. I don't know, kind of a cheap move, but it works.
It was pretty, sappy and a little mushy at times, but, I mean, it was, a father that wants to still be involved with his teen's life.
Think about if they could do it successfully, though.
Successfully?
If they could make a good Mickey Mouse movie, like they would make millions of dollars. Because you know who knows Mickey Mouse?
Elsa from Frozen, or what?
Every human on the earth knows Mickey Mouse.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean, and yeah.
It's like you don't gotta convince people like hey, come see our character Mickey Mouse, like you'll love him. It's just like people are already like, oh, I'm quite fond of Mickey Mouse.
Flippin' Mickey Mouse movie, who the hell wouldn't watch it?
Yeah, he's got the McDonald's logo for a head practically. Like you could put him on anything.
It's like when Endgame came out and everybody was so hyped for it for 10 years.
Yeah,
same shit.
We're gonna do a Mickey Mouse movie. It's gonna be great.
Just call what's it going to be called? Just Mickey Mouse or Mickey or something?
To call it, yeah, probably.
Well, when all the theaters open and they ever preview that, though, people are going to lose their shit.
Oh,
they're going to throw their popcorn like up towards the wall, and they're going to be flailing their arms and yelling and hooting and hollering. Yeah. It's going to be such a good time.
Everybody's going to really feel it when Mickey takes the final shot, you know. And finally is rid of Pete forever. People are really gonna.
That's heavy.
They're gonna be gut wrenched.
Oh, Pete.
Mickey, maybe that's what we do. Maybe we just put him in all these like psychological dilemmas, like we do like the train track thing, where it's like, Minnie's on one train track and 4 of your friends are on the other. Mickey, like are you gonna flip the switch? Yeah, what are you gonna do, Mickey? I don't know. Maybe that's what you do. Maybe it's just that for like an hour and a half.
Maybe he just goes
from situation to situation. Yeah. He doesn't have any powers or anything. He's a cartoon character, so you can kind of mess around with that. But like,
What is canon with him though?
With Mickey,
Yeah.
nothing.
Nothing. So like
Everything.
his time in Fantasia meant like nothing.
Maybe, I don't know, because like all that stuff exists within Kingdom Hearts or something.
Oh, true
But
though.
I do not understand anything about Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, like-
so,
Like the executive producers of Disney's would have him whip out a Keyblade or some of that.
could you imagine the
Magic.
final act? He just whips out a Keyblade.
Where the hell is that from? Says someone's grandma.
They're like, well, you see, Xehanort from the third dimension. Like, this was actually the second Xehanort. Had to go and they have to explain Kingdom Hearts to their grandma. That'd be great.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. You gotta explain Kingdom Hearts to grandma. I don't know. There's not. Yeah. Bottom line is we're never getting a Mickey Mouse movie. That's all I can think about for today.
We really Mickey Mouse to this episode.
Dude, that's not an adjective or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
it
not
is.
a verb.
To Mickey Mouse something is to like screw around with it. Like people say that about like fixing up their cars and stuff. They do like their own little
Wait, they do
DIY.
They really
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse this episode.
Exactly.
I'm so sorry. I'll never doubt you again. I didn't know that was real.
It's a pretty goofy like adjective. Oh man, there's another pun, I guess.
Yeah.
You. Okay.
I think that may be all that I can think of. Do you have anything you'd like to talk about, Joe?
To be honest, not really, but this has been a really short and sweet episode.
I got food coma brain right now.
Food coma brain.
I'm about to succumb, you know.
That's a tough word to say slowly.
Succumb.
You know, you said it, I said it, succumb, like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna go take a nap on the floor, I think.
Okay.
So that was it for today. But we did it. That was like 30 minutes. It was great.
It's beautiful.
All right. I love you, Joe and Kelson. This is it. This is the end.
Well, we are making videos though. Also though.
Oh yeah, we needed
That's
to announce
something.
that. Are we making a video? Is that happening?
Pretty soon probably, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be sweet. You know, there's gonna be more for the channel. It's gonna be beautiful.
I wonder how people would feel about that.
It's gonna be interesting.
They're gonna like it.
Yes.
They're gonna eat it and they're gonna like it is the thing. But yeah, it's gonna be great. We're gonna play with well, we can't say what we're gonna play with actually.
We're just gonna play.
Okay, we're gonna play. Yeah.
Yep.
That's just how it goes.
That's how it be sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Bye.
All right. Sayonara. Signing off. This is Joe.
Oh.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.